Hi.
Hi. Right, hello, I'm Claire. I'm Usual Malarkey Prince, Liner Cut Prince.
Hi, and I'm Kat from TwoPennyLane Jewellery. So I'm going to ask you a question first, Claire. I've had a little
Go
browse of your shop earlier on, and I would like to know how and where did you learn the liner cut process?
I just taught myself, and this sounds really
Wow.
bad. I've maybe watched a couple of videos online after I'd already started doing it, but
Wow.
it's not very difficult to work out what to do, though.
Well,
It's
I
really
think
not.
it is. I watched your little shop video and I thought the time that it must take you to do that is just, yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't draw the things to start with, and then I definitely wouldn't be able to scoop out all the little bits. So yeah,
The
I
fun
think you
bit, the scooping out the bits is the fun bit. The rest of it's a pain, but that's the fun bit. That's the bit I
I think
enjoy
you
the most.
undervalue it. So how long does it take you then from coming up with the concept of your design to sort of planning it all out and actually like scooping it and printing it? Take me through the whole thing because I don't really know anything about liner cut.
It really varies. It was a really good question, that, but it really varies. For me, it does, because I don't have much free time. So if I had free time, I would have an idea, and it'd be like, bing, I've got an idea, and it'd be drawn out, and I'd have it done in like a couple of days, which I have done before when I've had free time. But sometimes things can take over a year between
Wow.
having an idea and actually having the time to draw it and then tweak it a little bit and then
Yeah.
make it and actually cut. Actually, the actual little bits on their own don't take very long. It's just getting the time to do it.
Which bit's the most time consuming part then?
Thinking of it in the first place.
I
I don't have
yeah,
very many ideas very often, but at the moment it's frustrating. I've got a lot of ideas at the moment and just not enough time
yeah.
to
I
actually do them, which is a
definitely
shame.
definitely think that's the curse of the micro business. It's having to do every single job yourself, and so you don't have the time to do just the fun bits. You have to do all the boring bits like the accounting as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all the boring bits take over, and then you don't actually get any time to do the fun bits anymore. But never mind.
So I can see a lovely selection of prints on the wall behind you. I'm just wondering if you had to pick only one of your prints to have on display in your house for the rest of eternity, which one would it be and why?
Funny you should ask that, because I've brought it up with me. This one, right? I like this one, which is a oh, the light shining off it. Physalis. Got to say that carefully.
Yeah.
I like this just basically because it's orange. Orange is my favourite colour, so I could put this in any room of my house ever, and I would be happy because it's black and it's orange, and I'm quite happy with the way it went. It was
I
exactly how I imagined it in my mind when I first started doing it.
have to admit, I really like that one as well, actually. It always reminds me of I used to go on holiday when I was a kid with my parents to France, and when you get desserts, quite often those are like put on the dessert at the end. And I always remember
Yeah, they
like
do.
thinking the
Yeah,
leaves were really pretty and peeling them off and then eating them.
it tastes quite nice as well. But
Yes.
it was really fun to make as well. I think I'd like to do more things with that level of intricacy
Yeah.
that are really fun to do as well. So
Oh,
I
that's
just
awesome.
for the future, and I quite like to do it in a slightly different colourway as well. But that's something else for the future as
When
well.
you've got more time.
Whenever that's going to be. Right, I'll ask you some questions, shall I? So I
Yeah.
want to find out about you. Let's have a look. I've got them written down somewhere. Right. Yeah, how on earth did you get into doing this? How did you get into making tiny jewellery out of really cute, tiny things?
So
Where did that spark come from?
when I was a kid, I had a lot of Sylvanian families. I don't know if you're aware of Sylvanian
Yeah,
families.
yes, lots. I
They
love
were,
them.
yeah, they were my toy of choice. And they didn't used to come with any accessories really. There was furniture, but no food. And as a kid, I was really worried
No,
that they would
we
starve.
used to stuff in our Cindy's food into the
See, I never had any Cindy's or Barbies. It was always the Sylvanian families. So I was worried that they were going to starve. And my mum is a genius, and so she bought me a polymer clay modelling kit, a brand called Fimo, so I could
Yes.
make my own food for them. So I'd been making like tiny food and things for dolls' houses since I was probably about 6 or 7. And then when I was an adult, I sort of wanted to start modeling again, but I was like, I don't really want to make stuff for dolls' houses because I didn't have any dolls' houses when I was a student. So I thought, oh, it'd be cute to sort of turn things into jewelry. And then I kind of sidestepped from making the Fimo jewelry into making the doll's house accessories into jewelry because much as I love making things from Fimo, it's very time consuming and people don't really want to
Imagine.
pay what it's worth. So I realised
Now
that it
it
was
takes
actually
time.
more cost effective to turn the miniatures in. And then, yeah, once I kind of had one idea, the first idea was teacups. And then, yeah, kind of got more and more weirdly specific into the whole like chemistry set and miniature instruments. That's yeah, that's how it went. People seem to like it. So
I think there's something for everyone though, isn't there? Because you've got like I like the earrings you've got on now. They were my favourite when I was looking at your shop with the
yeah.
mustard. Because I'm big on food, but like there's something for everyone, isn't there? Like musicians, like your chemistry set, food, everything. You know,
Yeah,
people who like cups of tea. That's everybody.
I think it's people who's, yeah, definitely people buying gifts, and so you can find something that's nice and specific but without it being personalized. I think that's why people like them.
Yeah, which is good. Right, what else was I going to ask? Hang on a sec. Oh yeah, how long does it? No, hang on. Where's it gone? Which is your favourite piece to make and why?
So my favorite piece to make is actually one that I don't sell in my shop, and it's because I have sold it before at fairs, and firstly I've never been able to take a very good picture, but it doesn't really do very well. And it's funny because it's one that when I wear it, people like chase me down the street to ask about it, but it just doesn't sell. So
Just can't fathom these things.
it's I don't want to get too close, but it's like a tiny bucket with a little drop of water coming out of the
Oh
bottom,
yes.
and it's a hole in my bucket necklace, and I love it. And people chase me down the street when I wear it, but they don't want to buy it, so I've stopped making it. But that's my favorite. And then yeah, close favorite, second favorite is definitely ketchup and mustard. I like mismatched earrings, so yeah, had to wear them. And I'm not gonna lie, I definitely matched my shirt to my earrings.
That's a cool look. That's really good. That's what you need though, isn't it? Earrings to match your shirt.
Yeah.
Where do you draw your inspiration from for new products? Because I'm wondering how on earth where do you get these, like, oh, I'll make something for this sort of person? Or...
Yeah, so I just I kind of go on the miniatures really. I love miniatures. I mean, I always have ever since I've like had the Sylvanian families, and so if I get a kick out of them as a miniature, I try and think about how I can turn them into pieces of jewelry. And sometimes it's not always possible. Sometimes you have to kind of think outside the box, so you have to think about maybe finding a container to put the miniature in. So like say a bottle with something in it, like I can put tiny things in the bottles, or just like fixing them so that they don't move about. So like all the bits, like say, and like a little knitting basket has all the knitting parts inside it. It's just that kind of process really. And there are things that I've tried that haven't worked, where I'd really like to turn them into miniatures, and I think they'd probably be popular, but I just can't work out how to make it wearable in a way that it won't just fall apart after a few wears, because I want them to be
a lot of this
precious.
stuff's pretty delicate, isn't it?
Yeah, and so there are some things that just don't work. I had a horror story where I sold a pair of aeroplane earrings to a guy for his wife, who was a pilot, and as I was packing them, I broke them, and I had to message him and give him a refund. And that's when I was like, yeah, this just doesn't work. Like if I broke them packing them, she'll break them wearing them. So they were a pipe dream.
Isn't it?
Yeah, never happened. So yeah.
Oh,
Well, it's been really lovely chatting to you.
chatting to you. It's
Yeah.
nice to find out about this process.
I know, and yeah, it's I'm glad now that we're doing the second fair we get to meet a different seller as well. So it's always good to meet more people in the team and find out what they do, especially when it's so different to what I do. So
Yeah, and I have no idea about jewellery making, so this is interesting to me.
Yeah. Collaboration in the future sometime. Tiny chrysalis prints as a necklace.
I had someone say to me, because they do ceramics, to make some sort of collaboration, because I do a print that's like a bowl of noodles, but to have that on or in the bowls,
that would be really cool.
it should be really cool, but we'd have to try and fathom out how on earth we're going to do that and do it in a way that's
some kind of transfer process. That would be good. We should definitely
the way forward.
Asking the team. Yeah. Okay, well, lovely to chat to you, and I hope you have a super Etsy fair.
Yes, and you make lots of sales.
Yes, you too. Bye.